Welcome to this week's show of MBC Connect. This week we'll be talking about the Chamber's Small Business of the Year Award. Every year, the Milledgeville-Baldwin County Chamber of Commerce recognizes excellence in its small business community by awarding the Small Business of the Year Award to a deserving recipient. To be eligible for consideration, the business must meet the following criteria. They must be in business and a member in good standing of the Chamber of Commerce for at least 3 years, have 25 or fewer employees, demonstrate sales growth, profit growth, new product line or expanding number of employees, have innovative initiatives, be considered successful by peers, and show evidence of outstanding community services, contributions, or involvement, and also be a privately owned for-profit entity. A volunteer committee comprised of Chamber board members and past Small Business of the Year winners reviewed and evaluated all submitted applications and selected our finalists and winners based on the following criteria: staying power, commitment to the local economy, sustainability, business integrity, adaptation, response to challenges, community contribution, community engagement through leadership. This year, we had 5 businesses selected as finalists for this prestigious recognition. Those businesses included Goebel Media Group, Childry Nissan, Merritt Carpet Cleaning and Restoration, Bobby Brown Insurance Agency, and Bodyplex of Milledgeville. Let's take a look at this year's nominees.
Well, I started in the insurance business 47 years ago. I grew up on a dairy farm, and my family owned a little general store and a logging business. And in the wintertime, I asked for a part-time job selling insurance, and as it turned out, they said, "No, we want you full-time." And here I am, 47 years later. I love what I do. I look forward every Monday to come down and do this business. And I don't know that I'd be motivated to do another business, but I am motivated to come do this business, and I enjoy solving problems for people, and I enjoy the business part of business, making sure that the different parts come together to make a business operate. I value the leadership that we've got, particularly now. We've had some good leaders in the past, but I think the group at the Chamber now are doing more to promote growth of business and industry in Milledgeville. Currently, I value that as well as Partners for Progress, because Partners for Progress has taken on a even more aggressive stance in developing things in that area, and those are the things I value. When you see me, don't think about insurance, but when you think about insurance, see me.
I started in 1952 when I went to work at a company that sold new Chevrolets, and worked there for 12 years. Became a Dodge and Chrysler dealer here in Milledgeville, and after that a Nissan dealership.
One thing about our business is that we are not only locally owned, but we're locally operated. We have 3 generations here. We've got my father, myself, and my nephew working, and we're all available at all times of the day. If the doors are open, we're here, and we talk to each customer. Anytime we are seeking services for the company here, whether it be for our renovation, like we use the local contractor for that. If we need any type of servicing, whether it be lot paving or electrical services and office supplies, the first thing we do is look to the local vendors and the local business people, to give back, and try to support, because we are here in the community and we have to support each other.
Right now we have customers that have been trading with us for 50 years, and those are getting fewer and far between now, but if we get a customer, we try not to ever lose them by providing them with good service and making them satisfied with what they buy from us.
We are a web design and development and internet marketing company here in Milledgeville, and we just solve problems with technology. We really started doing full-time. Before that, we started it in college actually, but in 2008 we went full-time with it, and that's when in 2009 we moved to Milledgeville, and it's just web design is always something that I've toyed around with a little bit, and then went to school for it, and really wanted to work with small businesses and do something different. So this enables us to do that.
When people hear Global Media, usually they just think, oh, they're the web designers. We actually do a lot more than web design. Once your website is complete, there's a lot that you need to do to keep it maintained. We do search engine optimization, and we do internet marketing, which includes search engine optimization or SEO, email marketing. We do a lot of graphic design, and which have a lot of other services to offer the community.
We love Milledgeville, I'll say that. We have done a lot in the community that we're proud of. We've worked with the Chamber on a web development project. We've worked with the Development Authority. We're working with Main Street right now, which is exciting for us. And then every year we choose a few deserving nonprofits or community organizations to really just do a free website for and show our love and support. And it's a great community. We're happy to be here, raising our family here, and we're happy to give back in the best way we know to do.
I got started back in 1995 at Auburn University. Got a contract to the Wilson County School Systems. And in 1996, I married my wife, Natalie, and bought another cleaning company in Gray, and that added to our client base, and we've bought another company since then, so just continue to grow from there. One part of our business that people might not know about is the restoration side, the water, fire, mold, sewage cleanup. We've built such a name and brand for carpet cleaning that a lot of people just ask us, are you still cleaning carpet? Do you clean carpet? Oh, we are the carpet cleaning company, etc. And but we do water, fire, and mold just as much as we do on our cleaning side. So our mission is to provide the most outstanding service experience ever. In order to do that, there's 5 values that we uphold. And those 5 values that we uphold and work by every day is our reputation, our experience, our educations, our systems, and our guarantee. So, and I could go into detail about those, each one, but by upholding those 5 values every day and everything points back to our mission, I really believe that what sets us apart.
Bodyplex is a full-service health club where we actually help people lose weight, get healthier by doing exercise, personal training services, group fitness. 5 years ago, we had the opportunity to actually purchase the business. So back then, Larry Mullis and myself actually purchased the business, and then from there we brought Adam in as our partner, and now we are where we are today. We have helped Baldwin County residents lose over 30,000 pounds in the past 5 years. I think that we truly give back to the community in multiple ways. One, from a business perspective. Since we are a small business, we've actually grown from 8 employees all the way up to close to 30 employees. Also, I think that we've helped so many different age ranges within our community, from our Silver Sneakers program all the way to youth. Because if you're 12 years old, you can still be a member of the club as long as you work out with your parents. Plus, in the near future, we're going to be rolling out some kids' fitness programs too.
Hey, going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
But it would be safe to keep your distance until there's no secret that laughter makes you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of the zoo. Dangerous, but they are returned.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to MBC Connect. As you saw in our last segment, we featured the Chamber's Small Business of the Year finalists for 2013. And as you can tell, we had a great selection of businesses that had been nominated and applied as part of our Small Business of the Year awards process. And I'm pleased to have with me today Bobby Brown of Bobby Brown Insurance, who was named the 2013 Small Business of the Year. Welcome to the show, Bobby.
Thank you, April. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you here. And I guess just to start off, tell me what was going through your mind as you heard your name called during the gala back in June.
That's pretty exciting. I've been to a number of those events before. I've actually been nominated a few times before, and the competition was very strong in this particular one, probably the strongest field that I'm aware of. And it was quite a surprise when my name was called, particularly considering the depth of the competition.
Well, I'll tell you, I think you represent a dynamic and diverse group of businesses, and I think the strength of that competition you're referring to just shows the level of professionalism and dedication and quality businesses and strong business leadership we have in Milledgeville, and I think that's something we really have to be grateful for. I agree with you on that completely. Tell me a little bit, I know you mentioned about how you got started, so how long have you been in business and then in Milledgeville specifically?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell this because it's been 48 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm too young for that. But
you started when you were 3, right?
Right, exactly.
Right,
I started in 1965, and this year was 48th year.
Wow, that's exciting. And then you've been in Milledgeville for how long?
Well, I moved here in 1970,
okay.
and we bought a small insurance agency with some partners, and that agency was ultimately sold. And I came back in 1980 and started the business that we have now. I started in a 300 square foot office building in Montgomery, Lafayette Square.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in about 3,500 square feet and have a pretty good sized staff.
That's fantastic. Now, what specifically about insurance kind of drew you to that line of business?
Well, I didn't know until I got involved in it how rewarding it could be that it's not all about selling an insurance policy. It's about putting people's lives back together when they have a catastrophe, and that's something that we're privileged to be able to do in our business, is to help to provide the resources that people can put their lives back together when they have a difficult time.
Mm-hmm. I know that's such an emotional time for a lot of people, and I think having that local connection, that friendly and warm face, being there as a part of that process with them really does make a big difference. I know you've probably had tons of different mentors in your life, both personal and professionally. What is maybe some of the best advice that you've gotten along the way to having such a successful business here?
Well, it's not unknown to most people, but find something that you love to do and you never work a day in your life. And that's been the history of me in this business. I look forward to every work day. I look forward to every Monday. And when you have that much fun, it spills over into your staff and into your customers.
Yeah, that's so true. And what do you think there is that's so unique about the Milledgeville community that's really a plus for having your business located here?
It's easier to be on a personal level, being a small community. When you go to the grocery store, you know large percentage of the people, or if you're downtown walking the streets, it's, hey, how you doing? And It's a friendly community, and when you've been here for a while, you know a lot of the people. So the personal connection comes from this community.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, with you being located on the 441 corridor, you know, we've had some excitement with the recent openings of Dunkin' Donuts and then now Hobby Lobby, really breathing new life into that void that had been created in that shopping center. What are maybe some either opportunities that you see in 441 and how that's coming along, or maybe some advice that you might have to offer for someone who's thinking about going into business for themselves?
Well, the opportunities that we see comes about with new jobs. Milledgeville suffered in Baldwin County over the last 5 years with the loss of population, the loss of jobs. And these new businesses coming back in don't bring back all the jobs we've lost, but it does bring some economic benefit back to the community. When there's economic benefit, the opportunities are there.
Absolutely. You know, we had the Hobby Lobby ribbon cutting earlier this week, and they hired 70 people on, 18 full-time jobs, and I know, you know, all of those jobs represent families. They represent people who need insurance, who need other services, and so, I mean, we really do see that as a tremendous win for our community, getting people back in the workplace and back on their feet and, you know, heading around to our recovery and us thriving as a community. I know that you and your family, as well as your employees, are involved in a number of different activities, both civic and business in the community. Let's talk for a little bit, because I know you and Tracy as well, your daughter, have both been very active with the Chamber. What are some of the things that you see as benefits to that partnership that we've developed?
Well, the Chamber has evolved over time. The Chamber's always been a good resource for the business community, and as you mentioned, I've served on the board of the Chamber previously, and Tracy served as an ambassador. But what we see now is a Chamber being more connected to the business community and actually helping the businesses and new businesses come in. That hasn't always been the case, not pointing a finger at anyone in particular, because I'm talking about over the last 30 or 40 years.
Right.
It's been quite an evolution, and I feel that the Chamber's making that connection now.
Great. What is some advice you would give to an up-and-coming business or a potential new Chamber member for really taking advantage of that partnership and opportunities to get involved?
Well, first communicate with the Chamber and find out what's available, what the Chamber can help with, what kind of information, where you can be directed. The Chamber may not have the resources they're looking for, but the Chamber knows where it's available. So I think that's one of the things. And then to take advantage of the business after hours and the other networking events, because every business needs to establish that networking capability to grow their business. If you don't want to grow your business, don't do it. But if you want to grow your business, you've got to be involved in those kind of things.
Right, and you're so right. You know, making those lasting connections with other business leaders and sharing both your successes and your challenges is how we all grow and how we all prosper. And I think just looking for those opportunities, identifying those opportunities, and taking advantage of them is something that we all can learn from. As we're wrapping up, tell us a little bit about how you think being named the Small Business of the Year has impacted your business in this last 6 months.
Well, it's certainly favorable. Our marquee sign in front of our office still has it on the
noticed.
board. And even though we change the message on the other side frequently to draw attention and to market a new service or to remind people of a service we have, that Small Business of the Year is on the other side. It's a matter of pride for our people. It's shined a spotlight on us in the community that we are enjoying that glow from that spotlight. And it's brought attention to us. And naturally, that brings confidence to customers that are already there. Plus, it raises the confidence level of people who are considering being our customers.
Sure. Well, and that glow and those glowing remarks that you got in your nomination were certainly part of what continues to set you apart, but also what people have said about the experience they have in doing business with you. And so what would you say is really the key driver in what sets you apart within the industry and makes people continue to come back?
It's the personal connection. The people in our business, in our office, we are all family. Not necessarily Bobby Brown's family, but we are the Bobby Brown Insurance Agency family. And we attempt to establish those same relationships with our customers. Some allow you to get closer, some don't. But we are interested in the person, what their challenges are, and when they have a difficult event, as we mentioned, we're pleased to be there to help them recover from that event.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to interview you today. Thank you for the contributions that you've made to the community and the Chamber, and well-deserved in your recognition.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah. Today's guest has been Bobby Brown of Bobby Brown Insurance. He's the Milledgeville Baldwin County Chamber 2013 Small Business of the Year. Thanks for tuning in.